Durag Diaries, yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to another live show. And today, as we do most weeks, we're breaking down the press conference. There has been some injury updates ahead of our semi-final coming up tomorrow. And boy, oh boy, some people will be happy to hear a few things. Some people are not going to be happy at all. But we're going to go through it. We're going to go through the detail of everything that Ange Postecoglou has said today in the press conference. Break it down. What does he really mean? What was missed out also? Because I think one of my biggest issues with these press conferences, and look, I get you can't be very, look, we saw the last time when you say certain things to Ange, you're going to get a response that you may not like. He may rebuttal you, but I think sometimes you need to ask the tough questions. Far too often, these managers, they get away with it. They get away with murder. They get away with not having to answer the real questions that fans want to know. Because at the end of the day, did playing Van de Ven, do you know what? I ain't going to get into it. Big up to everyone that we've got inside. Big up to the people that commented before the video even started. You are the real ones. And yeah, man, look, make sure you smash the like button. Helps the algorithm, helps us grow, it helps more people see the channel. And as you can see, whichever side it's showing, road to 2K. We are on the road to 2K, so your support would be much appreciated in helping me get there. We just hit 1.2. Shout out to everyone that helped me get to 1.2. Big achievement. Didn't think I'd be here as quick as I did. But more work to be done. And just like Tottenham, we aren't where we need to be. We are not where we need to be. So make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not already. But yeah, man, look, let me just go to the chat. Shout out to the people. Martin Lunds, big up to you, my bro. VDV, definitely a bad injury. It's just being covered up so we don't get on Ange's back. It's so obvious. It's a tough one, man. It's a tough way to look at it. We're going to go into the detail of it. I'm going to save it until we get there. Big up to Tel Cockerell. Afternoon, Jords. I hope you're well. We can do this. Big up to you, my bro. I hope we can. I really do hope we can, because boy, oh boy, it's one of the biggest games we've had in a while, and we need something. We need something to bring this fan base together, because look, transfer window, it was all right. It was all right. It wasn't enough to blow us out of the water or give us some mad confidence going into this game, but it didn't bring us together. That's one thing. It definitely didn't bring the fan base together. So we still got a long way to go. Big up to Hashim Niyaz. Big up, Jords. Make sure you smash the like button, people. As he said there, very, very, come on, standard settings. And big up to my boy Catch every single time. Big up to you, bro. I will say this now, Catch. I hope you go through tonight. I hope you do, because I'm going to see you in the final. I'm going to be there. In the final, we will be there. We will be there. But he messed up with that Van de Ven decision. Hey, I'm hoping someone's asked a question. I'm not too sure if the press conference is still going on. I tried to put this 1 hour after the press conference started, but I'm still seeing some things come out like over the last 20 minutes. So it might be finished, it might not. We might still hear some more things throughout the stream, but you guys will get to see that honest reaction. Yeah, he messed it up. He messed it up. And big up to my guy in a coma checking in for Romania. Morning, mate. Morning to you as well. What do you think of the game tomorrow? Let me know in the coma. What's your prediction? And what do you think of the news that's come out today? But we're gonna go through it. Trust me, Catch. Trust me. See me, yeah. I'm one of these guys. I want to face my opponents at their best. Don't get me wrong. If you're missing like a Saka or so on, it might my smile might be a little piece bigger, because I already know. But we're talking about cup finals, yeah. I want to play you at your best. I want no excuses. I don't want to hear we had no Saka, we had no Rice, no Saliba. I want none of that. Want you at your best. So if I can get the best team in the final, a team that I can smack up, trust me, we will be there. We will be there. But let me share my screen with you guys. As you know, the business, we have got to go through the news. We've got to go through the news that we've been hearing today. Look, press conference settings, pre-match build-up. First of all, as people have been waiting for, Van de Ven injury update. Postecoglou on the team news. Shall I zoom it in a little for the people them that may have I don't know, eyesight issues? Some people will do it. We'll even do it. We'll do a bigger zoom. There. Whoa. Bro, allow your ads, yeah. You see this Football London? They love off their ads. Like, bro, ain't nobody trying to read your ads. Whoa. All right, there we go. For availability from last week, everyone is fine. So we have no further injuries. Good news, Spurs fans. We had no new injuries for the first. Oh, I say that we obviously had Dragusin last week, but for one match, we finally left the game at the G-Tech Stadium with no one new, no new injuries. Kevin and Mathys are both available and have trained. For those that don't know, Mathys Tel. Tell me more. United are dead. Tell me more. He will never be a red. Hey! I don't know where I read that, where I saw it, but boy, that's a tune right there. Tell me more. And Kevin, referring to Danso, man like KD, coming GOAT status all the way over from America. He's coming to do his thing at the back. You know what I mean? I don't know if people know this is the guy that was rocking Jords in the Euros. Yeah? Man like Mbappe, he knows. He felt that one day. He felt it. So we got a ruthless aggression, a WWE. Yeah, you know what I mean? We've got a real centre-back back. Not none of this pussy boy thing that, like, respectfully, Archie Gray's still a kid, innit? So don't expect him to be bullying up big man and that. But Dragusin, bro, you're from Romania. I know you've been a scrappers back in the day. I need to see it on the pitch. Yeah? I need to see you bully a man. Because right now I'm seeing your man bun just getting ragdolled over the place, man. I'm pulling you by your hair, paws, and yeah, we already know what happens. Cheeks will get clapped. So with Mickey and Romero, to a certain extent, it's about being conservative with them. Now, Ange, what do you mean by that, bro? Like, this is what I don't like about managers, yeah? Managers love to talk in riddles. They love to talk in, like, you're not spitting a tune, bro. I don't want no punchlines. I don't want to, like, not... Just speak it for what it is. Tell me the truth. Be very frank and upfront and just say whether they're ready or not. Mickey got through 45 minutes, but he feels he's not ready yet for the step up to the Premier League. Obviously, a big shame to lose Radu. Now, again... What do you mean by this? The step up to the Premier League. Look, I appreciate the Premier League is going to be a lot more faster, physical, and it's going to require a bit more from your body. But if you're well enough to play 45 minutes just a week ago, how can you not be well enough to now play 30 or 45 minutes in a week's time? Because it's 7 days onwards from that. So clearly something has happened in between that time that they don't want to tell us. There's something that has happened in between that time that they don't want to tell us. And it's typical Spurs where their medical department is in shatters. It's an absolute shambles. I'm pretty sure right now we don't even have a head of medical department because the last one left and then started to do up Gossip Girl afterwards trying to say me and Andrew disagreeing and shit. Like, shut up. You were rubbish at your job and whoever's in there right now is even worse at their job. Spurs, please. Get some competent people within that medical room. Because why does it happen to every single year we have players on the injury bench and their returns always get pushed back by weeks? We was told Romero was due back 2 weeks ago. I remember at the start of January, Ange done his press conference and he was like, bro, he didn't say bro, but he was like, Romero and all these players, Vicario, Romero, and Van der Ven are due back end of January. End of January, they were due back. They were due back at end of January. So how are we now 5 days into February and you're telling me, oh, Vicario's not available. Oh, what? Van der Ven's not available. Oh, and better yet, we have no Romero. It makes sense. The club is definitely not telling us something. The club is hiding some things because now it makes sense why they tried to push 55 million for Gahey. Even though that was a fake bid, we done what Arsenal done with Watkins, but still, it showed that, look, Axel Disasi, Gahey, we were pushing for a second centre-back for a reason. We were pushing them because we have none. We have no one else. The two centre-backs we do have, the ones that are supposed to be playing, aren't fit. They're both injured. And the club doesn't want to communicate that with us. The club don't want to be transparent with the fans, as they do, smoke and mirror settings. This club is always trying to lie to us. This club is always trying to do some fugazi stuff. They're always trying to do something mad. Like, what's going on, man? What's going on? We're gonna scroll up. We're gonna scroll up. We're gonna scroll up a little piece. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. But before we do, let me just go back to the chat real quick. Listen, for you, man, we don't need our best. We already smoked you. No Rice or Odegaard. Bro, like, cup final is different. We all know cup final is different. Been there, done that. Gascoigne, free kick, FA Cup final. Catch. Don't act like you don't remember. Catch. Don't act like you don't remember them things there, yeah? I don't want to get into it too much, but we've been there, we've done that. Arsenal Cup finals, yeah. Slappy settings. We know what's going to happen, bro. I ain't afraid of you, man. Like, respectfully, in fact, disrespectfully, we definitely ain't afraid of you, man. I got enough corn for you, man. Enough corn. I want to say win, but we only need a draw, so I'll say 1-1 draw. That's a good prediction, a fair prediction. 1-0 is smoked. What do you mean? What are you referring to, Samba? Bomber clot for the vibe. There's a reason the medical staff left the club. The manager's tactics are giving them mandatory overtime. Do you know what? That's a good one. That is a good time. Good one. But these guys get paid good money. So, boy, if they're getting forced to do some overtime, maybe they could do with the extra hours, You're not getting paid big bucks and they can't do their job correct. I think, Elijah, look, one thing we can't deny is we've had problems with our medical department prior to Ange Postecoglou coming in. We've had these problems with our medical department for years. So we need a revamp over there. They need to clearly, they've implemented this data strategy into the transfers, and they've invested so much money into building that side of the football, invest in the medical department, because ultimately you can bring in as many players as you want, but you're not going to be able to keep these players fit if you've not got a top quality medical department. It's just not good enough at times. And for me, I look at the problems at Tottenham and say they've been here for a while. The signs have been here for a long time. Gio Lo Celso, Ryan Sessegnon in particular, two players that just, although I think their bodies may have broken down, I think they'll move on to other teams. And like we've seen, Lo Celso get a lot of game time, play a lot of minutes, and just not suffer the same injuries they did at Tottenham. It's definitely been a problem for years, like Somba says here, man. Definitely been a problem. You walk in your house, you take your shoes off, you walk into the live, hit the like button. Yeah, man, come on. It's literally that. It's literally that. Pay your rent, people. It's simple. Just come in, tap like button, done. Like, you don't, you've done it, as soon as you come onto the show, you ain't even got to hear about it. Every time I say it, it's like, bro, man's been there, done that. Don't even worry. But let's go on to the next news, because he did go in a bit more with Van der Ven here. So this is Postecoglou on Van der Ven in particular. It's a bit of everything. He got through the game, no problem, but had a look at stats. Premier League, I don't know what he means by had a look at stats. What stats did you look at, bro? Premier League is a whole different beast, and after losing Radu, I thought we had ahead of us. Don't get me wrong, we have some big games ahead, but also afforded ourselves a couple of clear weeks. Hopefully, we're in the final of Carabao Cup. Hopefully, we're still in the FA Cup, and I don't see sense of us risking. Having Kevin is a massive bonus, and he hasn't re-injured, but he feels he needs to get more into him. I don't know. Maybe this is just some typos and stuff from Football London. We probably need them to update their thing, because I don't really know what's going on over there. But clearly, what he's trying to refer to is Van der Ven hasn't been re-injured. I can't lie. Can you man smell that? I'm smelling bullshit. Yeah, just tell us the truth. I'm smelling bullshit. I'm sensing a little bit of cap. Because he must be re-injured. Again, like, I get if someone's had a little bit, if they've had a setback, they've had a re-injury. Whether if it's the same hamstring, then boy, he's finished. The guy's had 5 hamstring injuries in like 3 years. And I don't know what legs they've been on in particular. I haven't looked into that in that detail, but I'll be honest, like I'm a big fan of Van de Ven. I think he's very key to the system. I think he's a class defender when he's available, but you have to call a spade a spade. If he's not available for half the season, then we need to replace him and we need to bring in someone better. We have to do it because we can't keep relying on players that aren't available for us. We can't keep relying on players who come back, get injured, come back, get injured. Romero's been a bit similar throughout his Tottenham career. You know, he's had time away, then comes back, then he has time away, and then he saves himself. Like, we probably won't see Romero up until after that international break. He probably doesn't want to get injured so he can go away with international team, which is 6 weeks away, by the way. 6 weeks away. But I guarantee you probably won't see Romero for the rest of the month. Romero's pretty much signed himself away to the international team, and end of the season, he's done with Spurs. I don't expect to see him in a Spurs shirt many times before the end of the season. Maybe that's something to do above board because he's called out Daniel Levy and co. But also, I think it's a question of his commitment. Because if this was Argentina, you'll see that he was rushing himself back. He'll force himself back into this team. But right now, it's like, oh, I'm not ready. Oh, I'm not fit and all this rubbish. Like, all right, cool. Fairs. So when we do get to Carabao Cup final, and we're playing Danso, we're playing Durag Diaries, we're playing Van de Ven and them, man, and you've contributed pretty much nothing. I'm gonna snatch that chain off your neck and don't even think about getting a medal. I'm gonna tell you right now, don't think about rocking that medal and trying to do double gold things when you've not even been around to help us get here. Allow all of that. The one guy that should be going to collect that trophy at the end of it, he shouldn't. Him, captain, fuck off. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. There's no way, bruv. There's no way. I think we're capable of beating Liverpool regardless of where it is. Big facts, Jay. Big facts. We're the only team, I'm pretty sure, to score 3 against them this season in the Premier League. We're one team that, like, I don't get when we're going to be doing a match preview later. Make sure you guys are around. We got the Don Husam, the one that loves to chat about my club, as Deji would say. And you got Tom Little, who's going to come and give the more fair analytic base and go into the details and the crux of what Liverpool are going to bring to the game. We waiting the confirmation of who the Spurs fan will be to join me, but just keep an eye out on the thumbnail, keep an eye out on the channel. 6:30 tonight, Liverpool versus Tottenham match preview. But big up to you, my guy, J, man. Johnny, something not right, and the board and Tottenham hierarchies and the manager are hiding something. They're definitely hiding something, man. They're definitely hiding something. But yeah, you're right. The medical department take the drugs themselves instead of giving it to the player. Hey, what are you saying? They're out here prescribing themselves some codeine. Yeah, and that's probably what they're giving the players, and that's why they take so long to come back, bro. They're subscribing these man some promethazine, and these men are just enjoying themselves, yeah, laid up in bed all fucking day, bro. I swear down. That must be what's going on in our medical department because they're not doing their job. They're not doing their job. Newcastle are going to put Arsenal right back down tonight. They celebrated beating City like it was title done and dusted. Yeah, even Spurs bashed City 4-0 at their Gafflo. Trust me. Trust me. You see these Arsenal fans, yeah? I even see they done like an extended cut of their like win against Man City. Like, cool, you smacked them up 5-1, big win. I hear it. I really do. But been there, done that, bro. You're not the first team to ever slap City especially this season. You're like the third, or you're not even the third. You're like the 8th team to get there, bro. Like, when a thing was a baddie, and when you're young, you see a baddie, and you're the first one to get the works done. Cool. Yeah, my guy. Second one. Hey, yo, my guy, you was there as well. Third one. Hey, all right, you got there, but us would have been 4th and 5th, bro. Join the fucking queue, fam. Join the line, like. And we've been there, done that. It's not that big no more. You man are moving like the guy in the 99th in fucking Bonnie Blues line, brother, and Lily Phillips. 99 out of 100. You man are getting to the end. Things all soggy and that. That's where you man are at right now. Beating City really isn't that much. Like, beating City right now is really... like, and I saw Hooks on Never a Foul earlier. Yeah. Hooks, Kamala, we saw you. Yeah. Oh, we beat City when they're getting better. Yeah, people are saying City are returning. This is City back. They're coming back. And just because they beat Ipswich 6-0, Yeah, bro, like, allow it. No one said City was back. Yeah, they done a few signings, but we've been seeing over the last couple games, even with these new signings, even with the players that they've got back, they're not the same City that they was before. No Rodri, no party. It's as simple as that. Yeah, no Rodri, no party. But big up to my guy Noah. Big up to you. Big up to Jords the legend. That's my guy. Come on, man. It's the thing. It's the in thing to hate Arsenal, and we, bro. I mean, so real catch. Arsenal bring the hate upon themselves, and as you see, Arsenal fans love it. They love it. Arsenal fans want to be the center of attention at all times. At all times, Arsenal fans need to make it about themselves. They need to make it about what, like, it's bad. It goes back to Balotelli. See when Balotelli in the yard, fireworks settings, doing up a mad thing in his own yard, and then comes to the game and goes, why always, like, bro, what do you mean why always you? It's always you because you force yourself into the media. Like, what do you mean why always me? It's always you because you make the stories. You're making your own story and you're putting it out there, recording it so people can see. Like, come on, man. This is what Arsenal fans do. They write, and the funniest thing is, Arsenal fans will write the hate stories against themselves. That's what happens. It's their own fans that call them out for being toothless, for having no standards. Their own fans are calling them out for doing it. Guna Lee Gunner. Mad that the names are sound so similar, yeah. But both of them are guys that I respect highly in the Arsenal fan base because they call it out for what it is. They call out the happy clappers. They call out the fans, yeah. They call out the fans that don't have no standards. So I don't want to make this an Arsenal show. We did go a little bit off topic because, you know, my hate for them is very strong. And when we want to talk about them, me for cook, yeah? Me have for cook. But let's get back. Let's get back to the press conference. The Spurs on whether Kevin Danso will start tomorrow. We'll see. There is another big game 3 days later. Whether he starts or come on, we will see. He's trying to hide the fact that we have any fucking other option. It's only Ben Davies and Danso that can play centre-back right now. If you're going to go away to Anfield and start Archie Gray at centre-back, God help me. God help me. Because I will lose my plot. I'm lucky that I'm not doing a watch-along for that game. Because, boy, if I saw that, I'll just dive into this thing, bro. Like, forget about it. There's no point. Like, I might as well give up at that point and just say match done. Game done. At that point, like, because there's no way. There's absolutely no way that can run. Kevin Danso will start tomorrow. I'll confirm that for you guys. Kevin Danso will definitely start tomorrow. For real, Elijah. For real, Elijah. They going Cody crazy, man. Talk about Tottenham, my boy. Why are you talking about Arsenal? You guys are in the chat. You guys brought it up. I've just referred to the chat and I've been answering some of the questions about the chat. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't here just making it about you, as I said. But you're definitely right. The hate is real. The hate is most definitely real. I've never hid that. But we are unpredictable, which is dangerous. We don't even know what Spurs will turn up. I would have said this, you're right, a couple weeks ago. I think going into this game, you can gauge what Tottenham might turn up. But at the same time, you are right, because across the last month, we've had some good performances. We've had some very shaky ones. We've had defensively resolute ones. Like there's been every type of performance across the last 4 to 5 weeks. So it could go. It could go left. It could go right. It could go anywhere. Let's just see how it plays out, innit? But big up to my guy, Mr. Udang. Big up Jords. No pressure for Tottenham. You're like 14th. We're trying to run down Liverpool. It's more than just a win. Chill out, you lot. Bro, you need us to win. Let's just have it right. You do need us to win because you don't want Liverpool in the final. You don't want Liverpool in the final because you'll just get embarrassed again. That's if you make it. You'll just get embarrassed. So you want us in the final because you think you can little bro us. But as I said, heritage prevails. I've been there. Carabao Cup semi-finals. 5-1 on your head top. FA Cup finals, as I said, Gascoigne free kick on your head tops. When it comes to big games and high pressure moments, even just a few seasons ago, battling out for top 4, high pressured moments, 3-0 at my gaff. Trust me, Arsenal don't turn up when the pressure's on, especially if it was against us. Oh my lord, that'd be a worse night out for you. One of the worst night out for you. But Arsenal are the man who secured their childhood crush just to find out she was already passed around Hollywood. Like it's an achievement to you, not us. Exact that, bro. Elijah, exactly that. Every man's run through it, bro. By the time you've been there, like, bro, the thing done. The thing done. It's wide open. Like, what? They scored 5 goals for a reason. Did you not see how open that back line was? Legs wide open. It's just free for everyone. Come on, man. We can't delude ourselves here. We just make beating City too easy. It's what we do. Like, we literally make it so easy, bro. So easy. Fools like Lee Gunner, who has standards Arsenal never had. Oh, come on, man. That don't make no sense. He's been there, done that. You can't say that. You see, when Tottenham smoked City, no one cared. We do it, and YouTube going crazy, lol. That's not true. Come on, catch. When Tottenham beat City, YouTube was getting crazy. They're going, oh, what Tottenham? No, to be fair, no, you're right. Do you know what? You're right. We've been there, done that. Why are YouTube going to go crazy? We slap them up every year, bro. Like, I can go back 6 years, 7. We slap City up every single season, bro. Every single season. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. We beat them mans when they are getting better. He's going on point. They really... The man them have got the hooks impression. We need to get like an impressionized to do the hooks one because they have it on point. I'm only who man because like I might be wrong, but when we go through, but if I'm wrong, you can call me. Like, are you going through or not? Answer the question. Answer the question. Catch, are you going through? You've been in the chat. Let me know if Arsenal going through. In fact, are you guys going to score 3 goals tonight? I'm pretty sure after all this chat, I know Catch is a smart man. He's not convinced. I know he's not convinced of his team just yet. I know it. Mickey Van der String. That's a good one. Mickey Van der String. Fez. Remember, Liverpool ain't beat us. I've been there lifting Prem. Fez. I hear you. Man said against us. Who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is this guy? Shit, Hart Lane lifting the Prem. All right. Oh, see, look, I know Catch is a smart brother. I know Catch is... He doesn't know himself. He doesn't want to come out and put his neck on the line, pause, and say, we're going to win. We're going to smack them and all these things. Because, St. James Park, come on, man. St. James Park. You guys ain't going to do it. And as E says here, you're going to try to get 075. Yeah, you're trying to get so many corners, bro. Trying to get 2,737 force. Like, bro, calm down. You guys actually play some good football tonight, and let's see how it plays out. I'm not confident you guys are going to get through. But if you do, as I said, I welcome it. But this is something I actually did want to hear from Ange. I wanted to hear how this conversation did go, because I think a lot of PR did come out the last couple of days. They said, Daniel Levy, no. And do you know what the funniest thing is, yeah? Because I've been cooking Langer for the past month. I've been cooking this Langer guy because clearly doesn't have a clue what he's doing in the transfer window. Doesn't really have an idea on how to approach the transfer window. So he's just out here trying to gauge opportunities, go for players that don't want us. And, he's trying to sell a project that he doesn't even know how to sell. He can't convince man to come. The only reason why Daniel Levy even flew out is because Johan Langer wasn't convinced that his sale or his presentation to Mathys Tel was good enough, which it wasn't. So Daniel Levy went out and he said, most definitely not. My man tried to sell him on the stadium, tried to sell him on the concerts, on the NFL. He said, no, none of this. But when Ange called, he listened. So let's hear what he had to say. People need to understand we're talking about a 19-year-old player with a major decision. It's not so much about rejecting us or anyone. He wanted to be comfortable with the decision. He didn't want to be pushed in a certain direction, and credit to him. I had a conversation with him and purely around the football, and that I think he'll find a great place here in terms of where he is in his career. We've shown, irrespective of age, he'll get an opportunity, and the way we play will suit him. And what we have in the next few months is beyond perfect. It's right that it took long as it did, so he's comfortable with it. that he took so much time and was diligent and made the decision when he had options. It meant the right mentality, right player. He's ambitious and he's self-belief and self-confidence and feels he can reach the very top. Look, I think he's definitely mentioned a few things there that are key things to point out. And a lot of look, I said this when I first saw the news break. I was like, why are we speaking to the club before you speak to the player? Because then it gets a sense of what is clearly was what was happening was the club is trying to push him into direction and force him go Spurs, man, go Spurs, go Spurs. Let the guy make. He's a big man, 19 years of age. He's young, but he's a big man. Man can make his own decisions, and I'm sure, like, as a guy of his quality, knowing he had so many people interested, he wanted to make sure he's making the right decision for him. And it's understandable. I don't expect players to jump at the first team that comes in for them. I think you need to speak to a few different clubs. You need to gauge whether this club is the right thing for you. You need to speak to loads of different people at the club to make that decision. I'm glad that he did make this decision to come to Tottenham. Hopefully, like Andrew said there's plenty of game time for his to get opportunity. So hopefully he can perform. Hopefully he can use this platform, whether he wants to go back to Bayern, whether he wants to stay at Spurs, or whether he wants to go elsewhere. Hopefully he can use this as a platform to not only just help us, but help himself and his career, because he's a top player with some top potential. And he's going to get plenty of time, plenty of chances to prove that at Spurs in the Premier League at the highest level. Now, tomorrow presents a big opportunity for him to really put his name on the map, because a Carabao Cup semi-final for your first game is no easy. It's not going to be easy. And most definitely when it's Anfield away. So you're going up against the team that's first and probably the best team in the world right now, but they're first in the Premier League. They're first in the Champions League. So if you want to talk about playing at the top level and being ready to compete or, go and play for Bayern Munich next year, show us what you can do tomorrow. Show us, even if it's, I'm sure he will get 20 to 30 minutes minimum, but even if it's that, show us your ability. I just hope that Spurs can make sure we stay in the game and he's not coming into a situation where we're 3-0 down or something like that, because then at that moment, you can't expect the young boy to be the one to look at. You can't look at kids when you're 3-0 down to make something happen. They might get a goal. They might be able to have a little burst of energy and inject some pace into the team. But you need to look elsewhere. I'm going to be looking at Sonny. I'm going to be looking at Kulusevski. I'm going to be looking at Bentancur, Bissouma, like these players to really carry us through. So it's a good conversation. I'm glad that Ange was the one that actually made him come here, because what it shows that Ange does want him. Ange wants to use this player. And, I mean, now we've paid quite a hefty loan fee. So there's probably some guarantee for minutes in there. And I'm glad, because he's definitely more dynamic than most of the wingers we've got. He's more dynamic than Johnson. Boy, if people have not... I'm going to show you this. I need to show this, yeah? Because it was crazy when I saw it. It was crazy when I saw the comparison between these two as a player. I was like, surely not. Surely not. Like I knew, like, watching them, like you have this inkling. But when you actually get the stats up, it's crazy. So look at this, yeah. This is last season, Mathys Tel, because he actually played quite a lot more games last season than he did this year. And this is Brennan Johnson this season. Now, obviously, look, key thing to point out, Mathys Tel's in the blue, Brennan Johnson is the yellow. Let me do that. 4 years age difference between them, by the way. 4 years age difference. Look at all the key areas in which Mathys Tel thrives in. He's double the player that Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson is only good at non-penalty goals, which half of them are tap-ins, or expected goals and expected assists. And that's because he's always in good positions and fluffs it. He's always in good positions and manages to fluff it. So, boy, he gets more assists than him. Let's just go through the actual numbers. Progressive carries. So that's here. He's in the 80 percentile, 80.9 percentile compared to Brennan Johnson in the 36.8. That's how bad Brennan Johnson is. Again, moving on. Dribbles, 73.4. Literally double Brennan Johnson in 37. He's double the player Brennan Johnson is. Non-penalty goals. Mathys Tel still is better than the one thing that Brennan Johnson can be good at, he's better than him. He's better than him. Like, bro, expected goals and assists. Even again, the one thing Brennan Johnson's good at, he's tiny bit. He's only got a little bit more. And playing in this Tottenham side, those expected goals and assists are going to fly out for Mathys Tel because the way that we play is suited perfectly for the wingers. It's suited for that wing play from right wing to left wing to right wing. The ball's spraying across the box and just landing at the other winger. It's suited for that. So you're going to see him thrive. You're going to see in this system that a guy limited like Brennan Johnson or Timo Werner, and then you get a player like this, it takes the game to another level. It takes the team to another level. They just take that step ahead because, just look at the stats. Look at the stats. Assists, 96.2, 22.7, for God's sake. Oh my God. Like, what are we doing here, people? What are we doing here with Brennan Johnson, fam? What am I doing with Brennan Johnson in my team? Blow job, bruv. His name is BJ for a reason. Man, passing it out to all the man them. Fuck. 22.7. Quadruple the player that Brennan Johnson is. Attacking actions. Now, this is where you really need to look at, because there's been so many times I've pinpointed the specific of Brennan Johnson being on the ball down the right-hand wing, and he'll get it. He'll have all the space ahead of him, all the space to run into. But what does he do? He turns around and plays it back. What? I don't need my wingers to do that. I don't need my wingers to be doing that. If you're a winger, run at your man. Terrorize your man. Show me that you want to score goals. Wingers are supposed to have arrogance. I remember when I was a kid, if you wanted to be on the wing, you needed to be the player that talked the most shit. You need to be the player that's in the fullback's ear, chatting grease, telling him, yo, you see last night I was with your mum. That's the things you need to say. You need to say wild stuff because you need to be on grease. And Brennan Johnson's definitely not on that. Brennan Johnson's the guy, if you start chatting rubbish to him in the game, ref, he's telling the teacher, cuz. Man's a snitch. I'm telling you, he's a snitch. I promise you guys now, he's definitely a snitch, man. There's no way. There's no two ways about it. There's no two ways about it. Oh crap. Let's look. Let's go back to let's go back to the press conference though. Let's go back to the press conference. Let's get back to what we actually came here for, because we're going a bit left. But that conversation needed to be had, by the way. The conversation needed to be had, because people are telling me, oh, I know, like, Tel's young, what's he gonna do? Oh, we didn't want him anyway, and all this rubbish. Like, all right, cool, you didn't want him, but I wanted him because look at the stats. Look at the difference between the two players we got. He might be young, he might be inexperienced, he might be raw, but that rawness is still better than everything Brennan Johnson will produce. Even at 25 years of age, I don't expect Brennan Johnson to improve much. Brennan Johnson's just rubbish. Just dead food. Just straight dead food. Oh, got him. Got him. You see me, yeah? One thing people don't know, and one thing people will have to get to know over the time, I'm going to reel you in. Yeah? I'm going to throw that bait out there. And just like a real fisherman, I'm going to wait. I'm going to sit here for time, I'm going to sit just waiting. And then when you, at that right moment, just when they don't expect it, reel that right back up. We got him. We got through. All right. Someone screenshot that. Someone screenshot that one. We're gonna get catch. Trust me, we're gonna get catch. He's probably gonna be on a show. If not tomorrow, he'll be on one of the Never a Foul shows, and you might just see my face pop up in there quick, just to say hello, catch. G thinks he's winning too. All right. Arsenal fans are confident. Are you going through, in fact, G? Because saying you're winning don't mean you're going through. You could win 2-1. That ain't good enough. That ain't enough. GKD, man don't even sit in the chat with chess. You know he don't mean it. He can't even say it in the chat. Oh, I catch. They're saying you got no chest, man. They're saying your thing deflated. They're saying your thing deflated like a balloon, cuz. It's crazy. Fire this Levy and Langer. How is one phone call from Postecoglou able to change this guy's mind? Like, I said it the other day, Levy and Langer, L's, throw up your L's. You know them way? Them man are straight L's, bro. Losers, fam. They're losers, and they're the reason why our club's in the position where we're at right now. Like, I ain't even gonna put this blame on Ange. The fact that they go into this transfer window and take 28 days to address the issues that we've had that have been so glaring. Come on, man. Like, you're not helping a manager here. You really ain't here, and you're really not trying to do things for this board, man. But big up to my guy Yasir TV. Big up to Jords. Caliphate's onto you, man. Caliphate, trust me, look, you man are in this the wrong chat because I've got some real shooters that are ready for Arsenal call. Whenever Arsenal around here, sniper settings, yeah. You know, one of them ones, like some real shooters are waiting for you, Arsenal fans. Bro, how is Levy and Ange better than Langa at his own job? This club is finished. Bro, I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I don't even know. Jords, did you not see what he said on the plane? Basically, Agent Kane convinced him, telling him how good his club. Do you know what's funny? Yeah, I didn't like that video. Because it doesn't do any better. It doesn't do Spurs any favors when you've got Harry Kane, when he's convincing Mathys Tel as to why to come to the club. He's talking about the club has some great training facilities. The club's got an amazing stadium. You know, the club is just very, like, I don't want to hear those things. Fuck the training facilities, yeah? Fuck the stadium. Like, what club in the top 10 or top 15 richest in the world don't have an amazing stadium? Don't have great training facilities? I mean, it's a club worth a fucking 5-6 billion. Of course they're going to have great training facilities. What are we doing here? We're not Luton Town or fucking Braintree, fam. Like, with Tottenham Hotspur, of course we got great training facilities. Why is that even a part of the conversation? Why? It's I don't even make sense to me. Like, I can't fathom why a player even thinks about the training facilities. Like, unless you're going to Man United and Carrington, where Ronaldo's chefed them man up and said that nothing's changed in 15 years. Cool. Their thing's old and dusted. They think that you still need to do it the Alex Ferguson way. So they're trying to keep everything around. They think that these them treadmill machines. He said that there was a bike machine. Sorry, there was one of those what they call those standing bike machines that have been there for like 20 years, bro. Come on, man. Come on, like, what's going on here? And Ineos is all out here cutting costs and you know, taking away the dinner ladies bonus and them things, but you can't even upgrade the facilities for your players. No wonder why they're so bad. No wonder why. Come on, man. Come on. But guys, what's going on? We've got 44 people in here. We need 35 likes. At least. Takes a second. I'm going to give you, man, a second to go do it because we're going to move on to the next part of the press conference. But before we do, make sure you like the damn stream. But big up to my guy, E. Take care to you. You need to come on the channel, E. We need to, DM me or something. We need to actually get some time in to get something happening because it's been a while. But Ange picked up the phone and said, "Hey, mate, do you want to join my cult?" I do love trying the Ange accent. Not that I'm any close, and I hope no new Australian people take offense because mine's horrible. I'm not great at accents, but hey, mate, you want to join my cult? Hey, Yasir, Jords, I spoke to Zir, the Bayern fan, when we were linked to Tel. He was fuming. Do you know what? A lot of Bayern fans weren't too happy about it because he's one of those top players coming through their ranks, but they just don't have enough game time. They just don't have enough game time to go around. So it's understandable. And bro, I know. I never said it was good. I never once said it was good, mate. But on to the next part of the press conference. Postecoglou, this is a key part. This is actually something good. Oh, wait, I think I might have missed something. No, see, look, I did say as we're going on, more things will come out. Just 256 during the stream. I wasn't wrong. Postecoglou on choosing his Europa League squad. I'm waiting for your article first. This is what I mean, you know. This guy's cheeky, bro. This guy's cheeky. Mad cheeky. I'm waiting for your article first, mate. Once you've analyzed it, assessed it, then I'll have a deep dive and try to come out with an outcome that satisfies everyone. What we do know is we can make 3 changes. Obviously, Radu is going to be a logical one there, and the rest, we have a bit of time. A lot of it will depend between now and then on who we can kind of get back, and hopefully we keep everyone healthy. Yes, now if people don't know, with the Europa League squad that we have already submitted, we can only make 3 changes to the one that we've already submitted. I do know that we did submit less players than we was actually supposed to. So that may still mean that there's a few spots opened up to add those extra players in. But even if it's not, I think Dragusin, he's going to come straight out. It only makes sense. Dragusin is just not going to be available for the rest of the season or for any of those games. I don't think Kinski will go in. It probably doesn't make sense to throw Kinski in there when Brandon Austin has been doing a very stellar job in all the games that he's played, and you got to give him the chance. Might as well leave him to be the Europa League backup and let Kinski be the, FA Cup, Premier League, so on backup for when Vicario comes back. And then who else can? And then Danso will be the obvious one for Radu. Mathys Tel is going to be chucked in there. I'm trying to think who else could come out. Let me know in the chat who you guys think who should come out, chat. Innit? Let me know what you guys think. But on to the next part. Wait. Postecoglou on whether Tel will play as a central striker. Now, this is something I've actually been looking for. He's always on the mate, innit? Like, oh mate. Like, fucking give it a break. That's it. Mr. Udan got it there. Man like Timu, bruv. Timu will not be around. Dusted Timu. Trust me. Gonna return that shit straight back to them. Or tell them that delivery never even arrived. Because boy, oh boy, we definitely know Timu don't deliver nothing on time. He couldn't deliver a fucking box if he was in the penalty box. He couldn't deliver a penalty. He couldn't deliver an open goal. He couldn't deliver nothing. So Timu, hey, send that thing back. Archie wanted to be a central midfielder, so who knows where Mathys will end up. Look, he's got attributes to play, I think, as a 9 for sure, but he's played wide really successfully as well. That's the beauty of him coming into us at the moment. We're going to need him probably in all of those areas, because it's fair to say, as much as we've got issues at the back, we've probably got bigger issues in the front third at the moment. We're missing 3 wingers and our striker. I get people are still dismissing the fact that tomorrow night we're still going to have maybe 9, maybe 10 first-team players out of our starting lineup. So having Mathys, who can play both wide and central, is great. Richie's doing great for us at the moment. But again, he's coming off not playing for a while, and we've got to be really careful with him. Sonny's playing all the time. We've got Mikey, he's a 17-year-old, and we've got Decky, who can play in there. So having him, we can play either side. I reckon in the short term, until we get some numbers back, I think he can fill all 3 roles. And that's exactly what I was thinking. I think until players are going to be coming back, Mathys Tel might be on the right. He might be on the left. He might be down the middle. But I do actually think tomorrow, Mathys Tel should start on the right-hand side. I know it probably limits his game. It probably limits how he can play. But we do need a winger on the pitch who can run at their man. Now, I think Richarlison needs to start just due to his aerial ability. We've seen against Liverpool, he can pick up a goal. And to be honest, I just think Richarlison's what you need in these rough, scrappy games. You need someone that's going to cause chaos. You're going to see with Darwin Núñez, who may even start tomorrow, Captain Chaos, running all over the pitch, headless chicken settings. Sometimes just cause a problem for the defenders because they don't even know what to expect from you. They don't know what run you're going to make. So I think with Richarlison, where we're going to have to take advantage of the dead balls that we're going to get against Liverpool, because we won't get a lot of the ball against Liverpool. You need someone who can play well in the transition for one and get up the pitch quite fast, which Richie can do, but also from those dead ball situations, someone who's going to be dangerous in the air, which Richie can definitely do. So my starting lineup for that game, we'll go through it after this. Once we got through, I'm going to do my starting lineup. But I do think, that was the last one. That was the last thing. All right, that's the last thing from the press conference as far as I'm aware right now. But let me get up my lineup builder because yes, you are right. How could I forget? No Trent. I need Mathys Tel. No, do you know why? In fact, take that back. I know Conor Bradley running at Conor Bradley will be an issue, and he can do something. But imagine him running at Robertson. Who's been chefed and boiled most of this season. Bro, Mathys Tel, Robertson's just waiting to get cooked by Mathys Tel, bro. Just waiting to get cooked. Trust me. Yes, you know what I mean, bro. We saw what's been happening to Robertson. He's not the same guy that he was a couple years ago. I need Mathys Tel running at him. Although he may not get the opportunity to shoot, because, you know, if you beat him, you're going to have to cut in and then you're going to play it through the middle. But if he can take advantage of skitting it past Robertson a few times, will be some good opportunities for Richarlison to pounce on. But Samba, you are definitely right. Spence needs to be in there. I think Spence has shown and earned himself through the team to show that, bro, there's no one else that we can choose above him. It'd be crazy to choose any player above Spence right now. That would be nuts. That would be nuts. Let me present my team. Let me present this. We're going to do a quick lineup builder before we leave so you guys can see my preferential 11 to go with tonight. I think start off with it's going to be fairly simple. We know who to expect in there. It's going to be man like Tony Kinky. We'll chuck him in goal. At right back, I think we ain't really got much options. So there's only one man we can go with. It's man like Zorro, the grenade launcher. Let's see if he can do a good defensive performance today, because in the 6-3, he was all over the place. In the 1-0, he had a good game. So it's contrasting. Let's see how he does in Anfield. Please, you are not the hero today. Don't make today about you. That's the one thing I ask of Pedro Porro. Please don't make today about you, because far too often, it's the Pedro Porro show when it doesn't need to be that. It doesn't need to be that. Moving on. I think this goes without saying, we need to see a debut, and I need to see a start for man like Kevin Danso. They've still not updated it, but we need to see Danso in there. I need to see what he's made of. Throw him straight into the lineup. I'm sorry, look, Archie Gray's played a lot of minutes. He's had some decent performances, but he's not the guy that we need tomorrow. We need someone who can play rough and tough ball. Yeah, get in there, man. Know what? He done an elbow to Mbappe. Maybe get one of those to Salah in it. I ain't saying that like you should injure him, but if you can just on a slide get something in the back of the neck and he's just down and it puts him off the rest of the game, that's cool. That's cool by me. I was a centre back before, you know, like sometimes you have to play the dark arts. Arsenal fans are big enough. You've got to play the dark arts, yeah? Trust me, especially as a centre back, you got to do some things that you may not be proud of. You may not be proud of them. But on the left-hand side, look, I think we're going to have to go with Ben Davies. He's been pretty solid for most of the season. And if you guys haven't seen already, Mr. Box Office thinks that he's our best central defender. So, look, make sure make sure that you watch that video for one. But look, he's been faultless this season. He's definitely been one of those players that you can't get onto. As much as I do get onto Ben Davies, I'm more frustrated with the fact that we've not signed an improvement on him. Not the fact that he's a bad player, because he's not really done much mistakes for us and had many bad performances this season. But moving on, goes without saying, the guy at the moment, the man who's just, they even put left back on him now because they know that on the left-hand side, things are getting worksy. He's been the player that's only been dribbled past 3 times in the whole of this season. And Mo Salah's still in his back pocket to this day. To this day, Mo Salah's still in his back pocket. Man hasn't emptied him yet. So, no, just know. As he said, I don't know if people said, Jed Spence ain't afraid of no winger. He ain't afraid of no one. So when you come up with that battle today or tomorrow, I expect to see it. I expect to see him doing big things. But let me just fix this shape, because we know what Spurs is gonna, how Spurs is gonna set up a little piece. In the middle, now this is where it gets techie, and this is where we'll probably have a lot of disagreements with people, because look, let me know in the chat who you guys want to start as well. I want to know you man starting 11. I think someone did throw their level in 11 in here. Did someone? I'm pretty sure someone threw their 11 in here. Mr. Dang, that's the way you go. Mr. Udang threw his 11 in here, and he had Kingsley, Porro, Danso, Davies, Spence, Gray, Bentancur, Son, Tel, Moore. So you've got a midfielder of Gray of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I knew you was missing. You're missing a player, Mr. Dang. I thought so. You're missing a player. You got 2 midfielders. But let me know you guys starting 11, or who you guys think I should put in there. But look, I know he's had some great performances recently, but I'm gonna have not had some great performances recently, but I need to see experience. It is a semi-final. It is away at Anfield. I need experienced heads in there today that are gonna calm us down. That are gonna make sure they're gonna make sure that no mistakes happen. They're gonna make sure that when the ball's getting transitional, they can slow it down and they can bring some calmness. Need some dogs in that midfield too. So the way I feel like we set up is with two dogs in the middle of that field to just make sure that we're cutting out everything that they are doing, because they've got one of the strongest midfielders in the league. And to do that, you're gonna need to have a Basuma in there. And next to him, it's only right that we have man like Ben 10. Ben Bentan, yeah. There we go. There we go. Let's just fix that again. Look, we get them two in here because I want to see a defensive shape. And then this is how I will go. I've got to put my man Kulusevski in his best position, because I feel like when we see him on this right-hand side operating, he stays on the wing too much. You see him sort of floating out in this space. When he's in the middle, you're seeing him dropping down here. He's driving on the left. He's driving on the right. But he has all this space to work with when he's in the middle. When he's on the right-hand side, he can only work down this wing and sometimes drift inside. But because he's down here, he's going to be tracked by the fullback. And most players will have a central midfielder who's going to lock up the space in between here anyway. So there is no half space for him to play in. I need to see him in front of the two midfielders, having that space to play in behind and really have a bigger impact on the game. Because as much as I do like him on the right-hand side and I think he can still do good things, I think that he's better in the middle. He's definitely better in the middle. Now, I think it goes without saying, the captain has to start, and we even just had to see that game against Brentford. Key pass, he gets us the second goal, and also created the first one. So this guy's just got, he goes in the team with, goes without saying, man like Hyun-min, he's just class. He's just class. Even at a finished self, 32 years of age, still managing to put in some top performances. Down the middle, as I said, I think that I'm gonna go Richarlison. I think that you need you need players who are going to win the ball aerially. You need someone that's going to cause a bit of chaos up top, as well as you need someone that can actually play the striker role. The good thing with this, and going on to my last man, the good thing, the good thing with this front three, and this is what some people probably are underrating, is all three of these are comfortable in all of these positions. If Ange really wants to cause problems for Liverpool tomorrow, what he would deploy is a rotational system between this front three, where sometimes you might see Sonny out on the right. You might see Sonny swap with Tel. Sometimes you might see Richarlison come out on the left, and you might see Tel come inside the middle. Maybe Kulu comes out here, and then Sonny hangs in behind. Like, this is how a front four should work, especially when you got four players like this. They should all be rotating together. So for me, I think that we should look to play this front lineup. I think you've just got three players who are very mobile, very versatile with the positions that they can play, and also the places that they can take the ball up on the pitch. So this for me is my lineup. I think, look, this presents us some defensive stability. You got two dogs in front of the back line of Danso and Davies, who Davies experienced. He can lead a back line. He's going to be talking to Danso a lot. And for anything that Danso doesn't know, he's going to be new into the team. Davies is probably the better centre-back to play next to him, because he's going to be given that communication that's needed. Pedro Porro needs someone who's quick on their feet, needs someone who's good at covering wide spaces, because he likes to venture up the field. He likes to run into those middle channels. So I feel like you need someone like a Danso next to Pedro Porro, and I feel like Danso will probably make Pedro Porro look better than he is. I just think that from what I've seen of Danso and from what I've read up, he looks like a good player who can really fit into this system. So I would love to see that. And then look, Bensko and Basuma. I know a lot of people would say, start Gray in the six, start Gray in the six. I'm sorry, this just isn't the game where you try Gray into the six or test him playing in midfield. You're coming up against the best team in the league and one of the best teams in the world with one of the best midfields right now. You know, you got Ryan Gravenberch, you've got Alexis McAllister, and then you've got whoever you want to throw in front of them. So with that in mind, you need a defensive solidarity, and you need two players that are going to break up the play. They might give away a lot of fouls, but tomorrow is probably one of those games where we need to give away a lot of fouls, because You want to be a stop-start game. If we can disrupt the rhythm of Liverpool and stop them from going into the game, you need players like that who are going to do that. And then obviously we already spoke about this forward line and why those guys are going to be key. And Jed Spence, his job tomorrow is simply shut out Mo Salah. Do what you done in that first game in the 1-0 and just make sure Mo Salah has no fun or no joy down that left-hand side. Make sure that he's not getting no space behind. And when he does, clamp him. Clamp him. So, yeah, man, look, it's definitely, it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be one that's going to be... It's going to be cagey. It's going to be on the edge of your seats. And as many Spurs fans know, we're probably not going to be comfy. Even at 2-3-0, we're not going to be happy until that 90th minute whistle has blown and we've made it into that cup final. But let me just read the chat before we do head out. I'm going to come to you guys, see what you guys think of my team. Let me know what you guys do think. We got Bissouma, Benta, and Bergvall for one midfield. That's a fair one. Bergvall's been class recently, so I can understand why we might go with that. And if Ange does start with that, it's probably because Kulusevski will be out on the right and he doesn't want to start Tel. The one thing I will highlight with this is it's very unlikely a manager does start two new signings straight after signing them. But Spurs aren't in the positions to try and wean them in or try to take their time. Throw them in the deep end. He's come from Lens. He's played Champions League football. He's played Champions League football and come from a club that's bigger than us. He's ready for this occasion. Let's be honest here. But Kulu, Benny, and Archie, understandable again. I don't think Archie's ready to start in the six, but again, I totally understand why so many people want to see him there. I want to see him there, just not in tomorrow's game. Not in tomorrow's game. I'm playing Gray, Benta, and Bergvall from John. Drop that balloon huffer. All right, do you know what? I ain't gonna say nothing about that. My man's a fast gas specialist, isn't it? Ben 10 should be enough experience. No, I understand that. It's more than understandable why you don't want to see Bissouma in there. I'm not Bissouma's fan. I'm not a fan of Bissouma at all. I just think that he presents a bit more experience, and in these games, you need that. How did you just say experience and no mistakes and then name Bissouma? MH, I totally agree with you. He's not he makes a lot of mistakes, but again, he's a guy that will come in and know how big the occasion is. I'm not sure if Archie Gray is going to be ready for that. And if Archie Gray does make a mistake tomorrow, again, we can't get onto him. He's a young player. It's going to be his first game in that position. I just don't want to take those risks in such a high stakes game. That's all it is for me. That's all it is. But he does freak me out if his runs to a coma. The way that he drives forward with the ball sometimes, it's head loss. And the same thing with Bentancur at times as well. But both of them drive me insane with the way that they play that deep line or deep line six role, anchor, whatever you want to call it, deep line playmaker. I don't even know what they are playing within this Spurs system because a lot of the time it just looks like no midfield. But look, I hope Bissouma can have a good game. That's my point. I hope he can. But Son, Tel, Kulu. Yeah, that'd be a good starting lineup. I don't think Tel's going to start in the middle, though. We've seen Richarlison been playing so much recently, so I think it's just highly likely that Richarlison does play in the top. It'd be silly. I think it would be silly to drop him. No, Biss, he freaks me out with his runs. Back in a coma, Biss freaks me out with his passing too. Yes. Lackadaisical is a perfect way to explain how he plays. I brought it up even on the weekend against Brentford. The way he receives the ball is a question. It's a big problem. It's a big problem because if you're in the central midfield and you're receiving the ball, you should always be receiving the ball with your. I think I was watching the Coppish doing their preview with Henry Wright earlier on the game, and they brought up one of the biggest things of why Gravenberch looks so good in the midfield is because the way that he receives it on the half term is sort of Busquets-esque. I'm not saying he's at that level of Busquets, of course, but it's the way he received the ball in the half turn. That's what Bentancur does so well. But that's what you need to do as a central midfielder, especially when you're playing in the deeper role. You need to always receive the ball in a half turn, have your body open, and make sure you're scanning the area before you receive it. Bissouma doesn't scan before he receives the ball. He gets the ball and then he's looking to check his shoulder. And then you're just sitting there like, bro, that's how he lost it against Arsenal. That's how he conceded the goal because he was like, oh, I can do it. And if before you even know it, it's too late. It's too late. Apparently not. Apparently not. Love United hate the ops. Apparently he's not injured. He's just recovering. They didn't say re-injury, and that's why I didn't put it in the title and say re-injury. Apparently it's just taking longer to recover than normal. Apparently. But big up to you, Scott. I saw you putting it on certain man's neck earlier in the stream, yeah. Um, big up to my guy Hooks though. I'm starting Gray as a 6. I hear you. I hear you. As you can see in my formation that I did set up, obviously I don't think Ange's gonna change his formation, but I've gone with a double pivot, so I don't feel like we're gonna play with a 6 tomorrow. And we've seen it a bit more recent when you've had Pap, Sarr, and Bergville in there. But if we do a double pivot with these two, and I think we saw that against Brentford a bit, you definitely got a lot more defensive stability. That's one thing you definitely have. I don't think Gray needs to start in this game. If he wants to start him in Villa, cool, that's fine. I don't mind Gray playing in the 6 against Villa, but not in the semi-final. Not in the semi-final, not for me. But Ben Ritchie played Tel down the middle. I think Tel's better off the wide spaces. I think Tel needs space to run at players. He needs to get the ball, sort of how you see Son receive the ball, where he's on the touchline, he gets the ball into his feet, and then he's got all of this space to either choose to go down the wing or run inside. That's how Tel's going to be best. Whenever I've watched him and from what I've seen of him, it's taking that option of whether he's going to go straight down and go to the left-hand side or whether he's going to cut in and try and make a shot. I feel like he needs to be in those positions rather than making those runs in behind, which we probably won't have too much of against this Liverpool team tomorrow. So you want to get him into a position where he's going to get a lot of the ball and can help us carry it up the pitch. First 15 minutes is key, though. If we can get through that first... Whenever I look at these games, I split the game up into 15-minute increments, one first third into the 6th third. Let's get through those first 2 to 3 thirds of the game. Let's see how first 2, 3, whatever it is, of the game. Let's try and get through and then see how, like the first one, check mark, tick. We got through the first one. Second one, tick. And that's exactly what happened in the last game. We got all the way right to the end and we got that 1-0 and it's like, yeah, let's just hold on now. Maybe we need another scrappy performance like that where we're just going to be in it right till the end. And we need to make sure we shut out Liverpool from scoring any goals early, because they get that 1-0 lead early, the tie's open again. And it can go either way. It can go either way. I hear you, Jords, but defensive stability and Biss don't go together for the past 3 months. He has been diabolical recently. He's only just come back. He's been injured for the past 2 months, I'd say. And then he come back like a couple weeks ago. All right, 2 months might be a bit long. He was he's been in and out of the team, innit? And John, I ain't gonna make an excuse for him. Basuma's shit. I want him sold this summer. I just want to see him play today. That's it. That's my only point. I ain't even gonna try and make an excuse for him because I'm not on that. I'm not on any of that, bruv. I'm really not on it. Which Biss we're going to get, the solid one or the hopeless one? Very good question. Very good question. Also, Richie does love us, bro. That's what people seem to forget. He loves a goal against Liverpool. People like his hate for Liverpool goes further than this game. It's Merseyside, bro. He's been in Merseyside derbies. He knows what it means to beat Liverpool. And getting a goal doesn't just mean taking us to the final. It means giving one up to his boys in blue in Everton. So we need to see it happen. I think Richarlison will get a good 1 hour, maybe 70 minutes of football tomorrow. And I think that this is exactly what we need. We need a... I remember he done it last time, and then we conceded a goal straight after. Embarrassing. But this time, let's just make sure that doesn't happen. Slim handle. Come on, London. Let's have at least a representative in the final for real, man. We need one. We need one because it's been a while. It's been a while. We're going to represent for London, especially when we got 2 teams semi-final. I think we're going to be the ones to represent. The white side is the right side of London. You know them way there. You know them way there. But if we win tomorrow, then a trophy, the hate is going to be bliss. I've been waiting for this one for years. Years, Jay. Years. I'm sure you have too. Many of us have been waiting for this day. But definitely, since I've been doing the videos and that, I need Spurs to get something. Let's leave with something, and I ain't going to accept nothing tomorrow. I ain't going to accept anything but a win. And if we lose and we go out, boy, crash out might be crazy. The crash out might be crazy. I'm going to say it now, and the Scarlet winner would be nice. A winner for Scarlet would be one that we'd remember for a very long time, especially for him in his career. Heading the team or even scoring for the team to push us in to that cup final. And our first final in a while. Our first final that we're actually going to be competitive in for a long time. Maybe nearly 10 years. Or 10 years taking it back. But 7 or 8 years at least. Definitely 7 or 8 years. But yeah, man, big up to the people that we do have inside the house, and big up to everyone that has stayed locked in across the hour. Let me just check what the likes are on right now, because I hope this isn't a disgraceful settings. I hope that we're not doing anything silly over these sides. Let me check what the likes are on. Let me check what the likes are on. Yo, Jay. So Van de Ven's apparently had a setback. He's not out. He's not out, but he's had a setback. Now, whether that means he's gonna be back next week or whether he's back next month, I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know. I can only give the information that Andrew's given us, but he is not going to be playing in the game tomorrow. He's confirmed as out. But as Scott said, can we get 40 likes before we go? I know the aim was 35 before, but we still have 42 people in the building. If there's 4 of you that haven't liked the video, show some love before you go. Before you check out, make sure you tap the like button. We're going to stay live until we get to 40 likes. I'm going to do the Dean. How about that? I'm going to do a Dean. We ain't leaving until we get 40 likes. We ain't leaving. I'm going to sit on the stream and stare at you, man, until we get 40 likes. How about that? How about that? One of them. But yeah, no, look, he's cooked, bro. He's actually cooked, but it's the medical staff, man. There's only one place you can really look at it for me. It's definitely the medical staff. Things aren't right over there. Things really aren't right over there. And we hired a new one. That's the thing. We hired a new one, so I don't really know what is going on. Did we actually hire him though? I know that we had the post out. I don't know if we actually made that hire. Because obviously they don't show these things. But like the vid, W stream, L team, Langer and Levy, double L's for those fools. And big up to the people. As look, let's just do one last reminder before we head out. We're on the road to 2K. Your help would be much appreciated, people. If you can show some love, if you can subscribe to the channel. And yeah, look, we are gonna head out. So big up to everyone that has been locked in again. Big up to all you guys. Big up to all my people, them. And yeah, man, look, tonight, we are back. 6:30, Don Husam, Tom Little. Peace. 41. We got there. Out.